COVID-19?
You can
Can you
ask
hear
them
me?
by you can ask them by telling their name. You can, if you tell their name, and they would they would okay they would reply to you.
Okay, I'm asking you, what's your favorite subject in a school? And of course, we left school for for a specific period of time. So what did you do? What did you do in this period of time when you left school? Did your teachers teach you while you are at home, or you just sit without doing anything in this period of COVID-19? What did you do? Can you hear
Ma'am,
me?
yes, I am hearing you. And after COVID-19, my school is closed, and our school is closed 17 March, from 17 March. And after closing the school, I decided how can I continue, and how can I teach my students. And in this way, I decided at first time I have taken first class on Facebook Live. Okay, it may be
Mm-hmm.
24 March, and I was taken that class. And after that, I was continuing taking regularly on Facebook Live. Okay, and after 1 month,
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
after 2 months, and after 2 months, I decided that I was continued. I was continued online. Sorry, I was continued to English language club in my school. But I was thinking that how can I it continue? How can I it continue? And in thinking, and I noticed that I already Zoom, Zoom already produced, and by using a lot of teacher, a lot of people using it, and they have taken it, different classes. Okay, and
Very nice.
I decided I have continued. I have continued, and I have opened a Zoom ID, and then I talked to my students, and they replied, and they ensured me that, sir, if you continue, we will take part. And that's why at first I continue, and I talk them about the session, about
Is it closed till now? Is
yeah,
your schools closed till now?
again.
Is the schools closed? Is the okay? Is your school closed till now?
Yes. Still now is closed. Still now is closed, and
Mm.
government already told us that maybe September will open. But yesterday, our education ministry already ensured us that the situation is not ready to open in our country education
To open
institution.
again.
Okay, but today I noticed that.
We start.
Today I noticed that online newspaper, 67 countries educational institution opened. Okay, but our education ministry
Yes,
already, our education,
started.
yes, our education ministry ensured us that it's not possible, and they are observing. Okay,
Mhm.
they are observing, and they have already
Yes.
made some advising steps, and if the school will open, and how can it run, and how the students come to our school, and this policy, okay, this types of policy education ministry is trying to make. If the government declared, and we will open our school. Is your school open now?
Mhm. Yes, we started the school from the first, maybe the 5th of August this month, and now, of course, at the beginning we started with the materials, or the points that they didn't take in the last year. And then after this month, we are going to stop for just 2 days in order to start again in the 5th of September. We are going to start again in the 5th of September to start the new year. In this month, just it was to end the things or material subjects that they didn't take in the last year. But now, after that, in September, we are going to start a new year, inshallah.
Okay. And
Let me ask them. Shall I choose students' names and ask them?
yes, yes,
Okay.
you can ask, but I am telling you that 5 minutes remain. Okay, 5 minutes remain in our first session, and when we'll disconnect
Okay.
and we will reconnect. Okay, but you can ask my student telling their name.
Okay. Now I will ask Pauline. Pauline, if I say the name right, Pauline.
Yes.
Okay. How old are you, Pauline?
Ma'am, repeat it.
How old are you?
Again, please.
I'm 10 years old, ma'am.
10 years old. You are the youngest in the group.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which grade are you?
I'm in grade 5th.
Grade 5. Nice. I remember that you say that I hope to be a teacher.
No, I said I would serve the poor people of our country by any job, like giving treatment, being a doctor or a teacher, anything.
To be a doctor to help poor people. Very, very nice, Pauline. And how many sisters and brothers do you have?
I have 2 sisters, and I'm their only brother.
You are the only brother. What about you, Mithi? Mithi?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Can you
What
hear
about
me?
you? Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
fine. How are you?
Fine, thanks. I'm really happy to have you here in this session and to be with you in this session. Okay, how old are you, Mithi?
I'm 16 years old, ma'am.
16. You are in grade 9?
No, I am in grade 10.
Grade 10. Very nice. After studying grade 10 here in Palestine, we let the students choose between the scientific and the literary stream to study. Is it the same in your country?
Yes, after class 10, our secondary educational level start. Then we admitted ourselves in a college and other academic.
Higher secondary.
Very nice, very
Higher
nice.
secondary.
And you
Higher secondary. Okay.
you are now in the secondary school.
Yes, yes, they are now secondary, and after
What?
Yes,
completing
higher secondary.
High secondary school. You are in the high secondary school, and
no,
I
no,
am
no.
teaching a high
No,
secondary school.
ma'am. No, ma'am. They are now secondary. After completing
Yes.
secondary, they will admit higher secondary. Okay. In our country education system,
Uh-huh.
11 and 12 class. 11 and 12 class are called higher secondary.
Uh-huh. Mm. Uh-huh. We have in our country, we have the primary one for the children as Pauline, and then we have a preparatory. Preparatory is from 7th grade till 9th grade or 10th grade, as you, Mithi. And then in the 11th and the 12th, we call it a secondary school or high school. This is in Palestine. What about you, Noor? Noor?
No.
Noor, how many sisters and brothers do you have?
Is it
No, female.
is it me? Okay.
Noor, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have 2 elder brothers.
two sisters and a brother?
No, sisters, no. Two brothers.
Yes, a sister and two brothers. Okay, very nice. And what's your father doing?
And my father is an English teacher.
Is a teacher.
Yes.
Okay, it's very nice. Home?
To my father.
You and your father. Okay. Do you study, or your father help you study at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. What about your mother?
And my mother is a housewife.
Is a housewife. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now let me see. Yes.
Ma'am, less than 1 minute, okay? Less
Let
than
me
1
see.
minute, and we'll disconnect. And when we'll disconnect, and after 2 minutes, we'll reconnect, okay? After 2 minutes, and I already inform you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Inshallah.
Okay. And
Now
can,
about what about Kuna? Yes.
yes, my students are ready. My students are ready. You can ask them.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's move to. Okay, Eli. Eli, can you
Yes,
hear me,
ma'am.
Eli? Okay, Eli. How is the weather in your country?
Is sunny.
Is it cool or hot these days? It's a summertime, so how you feel?
Please describing about our country weather system or seasonal system.
How is the
Now it
weather
is
in your country?
cold.
Okay, ma'am, and I am describing our country has 6 seasons.
Is it,
Okay,
yeah.
our country has 6 seasons, and now rainy season is continuing, almost finished, and after completing rainy season, late autumn will start. Okay, only one country in the world has 6 seasons in Bangladesh. Okay, seasons name summer,
Wow.
rainy season, late autumn, winter, and spring. Okay, winter and spring, and winter comes December and January. Okay, every season has 2 months. Okay, 2 months continuing one season. 2 months continuing one season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you can ask.
Now it's summer in your country?
Yes, now no rainy season.
Is it summer in your country now?
Rainy season.
Rainy
Very
season,
nice.
and rainy season means at that time heavy rainfall in our country. Heavy rainfall.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Really, I like this, okay, this weather and really our climate. Here in Palestine, in this time of year, it's summer, and it's really very hot. Usually it should be يعني semi-hot, but really in these days it's very hot. Okay, what about you, Amen? Amen? Amen?
Yeah.
Shahir,
Shahriar Amin.
Shahriar Amen?
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hello.
Hello,
Fine,
how are you, ma'am?
thanks. Where do you live in Bangladesh? Fine, thanks. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I am hear you.
Okay, where do you live in Bangladesh?
I live in Dhaka, Mymensingh. I live in Mymensingh in Bangladesh. Gafargan, Mymensingh.
Mymensingh.
Yeah.
Mymensingh. It's the name of your city. Nice, very nice. Okay, and can you know? Okay, what's the area of Bangladesh? I don't know where it is. What's the area of Bangladesh or where it is on the map? Can you tell me?
Yeah, it is on the
Where is the where is
South Asia. It
Bangladesh
is
on the map?
it's located on South Asia.
It's near. Okay, Saudi Arabia. It's near
No, no,
from
no.
uh,
India, near from India. It's near from
near
India.
from India. Yes, near from India.
Yeah.
Is it the same as Pakistan or another country?
No, no, it's not same as Pakistan. It's same as India, but the people from Bangladesh all are Muslim. The 80% people from Bangladesh are Muslim.
No, 90%.
Very,
About
very nice.
90%.
Yeah.
It's really very good news. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Amin. Amin. Amin
Thanks.
Shahid.
Thanks, ma'am.
I feel that I have a problem with reading the name. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
Okay. No,
No, bro.
Okay,
no
let
problem.
me
I'll help
see.
you.
Let me see. Rafi.
Rafi.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
Walaikum salam. Fine, thanks. Okay, do you like your school, Rafi?
Yes, ma'am. I like very,
Okay,
very like.
what subjects do you study in your school?
Ma'am, there are 7 subjects in our school in class, grade 8.
Every day you have the same subjects?
No, ma'am, they are routine, ma'am.
What subject?
Yes.
You can tell. Wow, what subject have you taught in your school? You can tell.
What?
Ma'am, Bengali, English, mathematics, social science, religion, and information and communication technology.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And you have the same, almost the same, the subject that our students study here in Palestine. Now, what about you, Tazan? Tazan, I think Tazan Islam.
Yes, ma'am.
In Islam.
I'm very
Okay.
fine.
Do you like English?
Yes, ma'am. English attracted me from my childhood. I like this language very much, and I know it is very important for the future communication for myself.
Do you learn English as a foreign language or a second language?
In our country. Yes, ma'am.
Do you in your country speak English in streets and supermarkets and so on? So it is a second language in your country, or just you learn it as a foreign language?
Ma'am, in our country, Bengali is the first language, and English is the second language. But not too many people are talking in English in our country. The students are.
What do you do in order to learn English? Learn English.
Ma'am, yeah. There is this 21st century. In the 21st century, movies, TV series, songs, and many English books are very important and very suitable to learn spoken English. Grammars do not help as much as to speak fluently. You should read grammar to restrict your English, but I try to watch many movies, TV series, English books. I have my own diary and put all the words that I have learned in month and always revise the words in the last of the days, and that helps me much.
So you have a degree. You write in
Yes,
English.
ma'am.
What did you do in, or what do you do in your day? This is a very nice way in order
Um,
to learn English, and
I
also
have
to
a
listen more.
vocabulary map,
It's very nice.
and I have many words written on my importance, and I'll when I learn them, I try to write them on my diary, and mm, when I became free, I try to concentrate and read again what I have learned.
Very, very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
Islam.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Please, Tasin.
I also add some information.
What? Yeah.
English is taught in our country as a compulsory subject from grade 1 to 12 class. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, but
Yes.
uh, but uh,
Yes.
in, but here is a problem because our students are not interested to speak in English. Okay, but they are learning English only for getting good marks and only for passing their exam, and that's why they
Yes.
are not.
And this is the same.
They cannot speak in English very fluently, and as a
Yeah.
result, I have organized this kind of session. And how can I motivate them to speak in English? Because English is a global language, English is an international language, and English is a common language in the world. So only one language that has so much value. If we know, and if I know, and if my student know, they will get extra benefit to talk any countries of the world. Okay, but
You're
that's
right.
why. Yeah, that's why I have been created and I have been made this kind of session. And I know that learning language, to learn a language depending on four skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But reading and
Yes.
writing doesn't necessary, but listening and speaking must be necessary, because I think that two kind of men cannot express himself or herself. One deaf, okay,
Yes.
one dumb, another deaf. Okay, if he or she is dumb or deaf, but he or she must be able to speak in English after listening. Okay, after listening. It's, I
Yes.
believe,
Yes.
I
Listening.
believe. Yes, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I believe because
Listening is the gate, a gate for the language.
yes,
The
and
more they listen, yes.
yes, I have already read an article about the linguistic, and the linguistic tell us that 35% skills depending on listening, 40% skills depending on speaking. Okay, and reading
Yes.
skill only 9%, and writing skill 16%. But our country student, they are hanker after only 25% skills. That's mean reading and writing. Okay, but they are always
Yes.
escaping, they are skipping, and they never tried listening and speaking. But where we stay, our
Yes.
environment, most of the people speak in Bangla. And from getting up our bed and going to bed, and we have used a huge time, and everywhere we can communicate Bangla, and we can hear Bangla. We can hear Bangla. As a result, we are getting used to learn Bangla, because if we
Yes.
stay the environment of those who speak in Arabic language, and I noticed that some of people of our country, they go to Arabic language country. There's such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Yemen, okay? But when they came back to my country, I noticed that they are totally illiterate. But after 5 years or 10 years, they can speak Arabic language. But I have understood that only for possible for they have listened, okay, when they stayed in that country, every time they listen in Arabic language, and that's why they have to learn Arabic language. But the listening skill
Yes.
must be necessary, Okay, please, you can
Yes.
continue.
Yes, for me, we have the same problem in our country here. The level of students is very weak in English. Okay, we have many students that are really high achievers, but we have really also okay very good percentage that they need more English and no more study to be okay good. Always I advise my students that you should listen. The more you listen, the more you can speak and you can acquire the language.
Yes, yes.
Without listening, without listening, just you are you can't speak it fluently. You can't understand the others when they are communicating with you. So listening is very, very important. But you should choose what you listen. Not everything that we find in Facebook and whatever in YouTube that we can listen to, because we as a Muslim countries, we have our traditions, our religion. So we should choose what type of things that we should listen to, in order not to listen to something that really far away from our religion. This is very important.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
but hadith says
Yes.
that you have to learn more than
Yes.
language, because more than language
Yes.
already our religion hadith says that you have to learn more than 2 or 3 languages, but only
Yes.
why you have to learn more than language, because if you insult your religion you can make them, and if you know
Yes.
about his or her language, you can make them and you can try to understand them. Plus, when you have
Yes.
what you have told, it's wrong. Okay, okay, ma'am. Now you can
Yes.
ask my
You're right.
student.
Yes. Okay, Sami. What about you, Sami? Sami, can you hear me?
Sami.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
How are you, ma'am?
Sami. Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Okay, Sami. Do you talk to your sisters or brothers in English in your house?
No,
Do you
ma'am.
try to talk to them?
No, ma'am.
Didn't you think about this as a way in order to improve the language?
Repeat, ma'am, please.
I can't hear you.
Please, ma'am, repeat.
Can you raise your voice, please?
Hello, Sami.
Repeat.
You can
Sami.
raise your voice.
Ma'am, please repeat, please.
Okay. Do you have sisters or brothers in your house?
Yes, ma'am. I have a younger sister.
Can you raise your voice? I
Raise your
can't hear
voice.
you.
I have a younger sister.
Younger sister. Okay. Do you speak with her in English or try
No,
to
ma'am.
teach her English?
I tried to
Why?
teach her English, but I don't talk with her in English.
Uh-huh. You don't talk. But what about this idea to talk with your brothers and sisters, in English in your home? Try to say something in English and she or he replies, so you can uh, just, try to improve your English and to speak fluently.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a very nice, I think, idea for all, not for you, only for you, Sami. Okay, what's your favorite subject, Sami?
My favorite subject is science.
Uh, can you say it, please, again?
My favorite subject is science.
Science.
I can't hear. I can't hear him.
Science.
Science. Okay, science. Why do you like science?
It is so interesting subject.
Yes. What can you find in science?
Repeat me, please.
What can you find in science that really interests you?
new informations. I find new informations from science, and so I like it.
About Earth, about the human body, about the plants.
Yes, ma'am. All of this.
Very nice. Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
what about FEMA? Thank you. FEMA, can you
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. How old are you, FEMA?
I'm 13 years old.
13. You are in grade 8? 8?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in? Okay. And do you like English?
Yes, I like English,
Mm-hmm.
but science is my favorite subject.
Science, your favorite subject. You like it. Thank you. Thank you, Fima. What about Nohrita? Is it right? Nohrita?
Hello, ma'am. I'm
Hello, how are
Noelita.
you? Nohrita, how
Fine.
are you?
I'm fine. What about you, ma'am?
Fine, thanks. Okay, how you are feeling when they okay just describe your feeling when they will say you that schools is going to begin soon and you are turning to your school soon.
It is a great feeling because due to pandemic situation of coronavirus, our school has been closed for a long time, and after a long time, I will go to my school and I will meet with my friends. It is so interesting, so I feel like very happy.
You missed your friends,
Yes,
teachers,
I missed
and
my friends and teachers so much.
mhm. Very nice, very nice. And thank you. What about you, Jannat? Jannat?
Jannah.
Jannah?
Hello, Miftahul Jannah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. How are
Hello,
you?
how are you? Fine, thanks. And you?
I am also fine.
Okay, Jannah, tell me, uh, your name is very beautiful. I think it's the same in Arabic, Jannah.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
same meaning. It's very beautiful name. Okay,
Can you hear me?
do you? Yes, I can hear you. Do you
Miftul
love?
Janat means,
Yes, what?
ma'am, Miftul Janat means key of paradise.
Yes, paradise. It's very very nice. It's the same as in in Arabic in the Holy Quran.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Do you go to mosque in this period of time, or it's forbidden because of COVID-19? Hello. Hello, Jannat. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Hello.
How old are you?
Yes, sir. I am 14 years old.
14. You are in grade 8?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in grade 8.
What do you study in English?
Again. Ma'am, repeat the
Ma'am, please
question.
repeat.
Ma'am,
Do you
repeat the
study
question.
grammar?
Hello, ma'am. Repeat the question.
I can't hear you, please, again.
Repeat the question.
I can't hear you, please, again.
Repeat the question. Repeat.
Repeat. Okay. Okay. What do you study in English?
Ma'am, please repeat.
What do you study? Do you study grammar?
Yeah, ma'am. I study grammar. Writing parts means compositions, paragraphs, letters, emails, etc.
Very nice. Do you have a special textbook for English, or just the teacher suggests the topics?
No, yes, ma'am. We have our teacher suggests a book. We will practice the book for
For
getting
daily.
good numbers.
Thank you, Jannah.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. I think Kaber or Anit Kaber.
Shabab Noor.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How are you, ma'am?
Fine, thanks. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Can you describe the living in Bangladesh? Do you have mountains? Do you have okay how is the scene or the view of the country and of your country? Can you describe what natural
Beauty.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll try.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. In our country, we have the longest sea beach, the Cox's Bazar Sea Beach. We have the largest joy, and we have the largest mangrove forest, the Sundarbans. It is in our country. And
the longest river. It's very nice. What is it called?
Yeah, ma'am.
The voice cut in.
Yeah,
please
ma'am.
repeat. The voice cut in. Please repeat.
Again, repeat.
Yeah.
Again, repeat.
The Sundarbans. The Sundarbans.
The Dashan River.
Sundarbans.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. The Sundarbans. That means the beautiful forest. That means the beautiful forest.
Oh, it's very nice. Really, I like the scenes and the nature there.
Yes, and we have also mountains, and in the north
Yes.
part of Bangladesh and south north part of Bangladesh, and that's located in Bandarban and Rangamati. Okay, and Khakrasuri are hill
Mm-hmm.
tracks area, and most of the spectacular and scenic place in Bandarban. Okay, and 2 years ago I visited the place, and when I went to Nilgiri, I touched the cloud. Okay, I touched the cloud, and we were reached more than 300,000 500 feet above the sea level. Okay, above the sea level, and I noticed
Oh,
that the clouds are flying. Cloud are flying. It's a wonderful scenic. Okay, wonderful scenic, and
inshallah.
okay, and another beautiful place in our Sylhet, and there is also some hill tracks and hill, and most of the hill and that place are located in Indian part. But the hills, the hill places are also beautiful. Okay, and Sylhet Division
Inshallah.
hills are
Very
especially
nice.
okay, especially renowned for next session. Next session, I will show a PowerPoint presentation about my country. Okay, when I will call you in another session. Okay, and
Inshallah.
Sylhet division is mainly known for tea garden. Okay, tea garden, and a lot of tree are produced in our country, and we also export tea. Okay,
Inshallah.
okay.
You can you can some share some pictures there, okay, to show me your country, inshallah.
Okay, but next this session
Next
eight
time,
minute
inshallah.
next time, if I get chance and 8 minute
Inshallah.
remains in this session, if you connect that
Inshallah.
time after the session, I will try to connect. Okay, please, ma'am, and you will ask another student.
I think the voice cut in again. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Shabab Noor maybe
The
left. Shabab Noor.
that okay. It's really a very nice session and very time I really spent with you today,
Ma'am,
and I
ma'am,
really I'd
ma'am,
like.
ma'am, two students left, and you can ask some questions. Shabab Noor. You cannot ask him. Okay, you can ask. Shabab Noor.
Uh, okay. Can you hear me?
Hello.
I asked Noor. I asked Noor.
Uh,
I asked
two
him.
Noor. Yeah, two Noor. One Noor female and another Noor boys. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And his name is
Okay.
Shabab Noor, and another name is only Noor. And two Noor you can identify. I can identify them. Noor female and Noor male.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Noor,
Yes, ma'am.
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your study? How do you study? When you want to study for your exams, how do you study?
Well, the first rule that I take to study well is first I make a plan, a routine, so that I can study in a daily basis without having any troubles. Like I will make a schedule before the exam, then I will strictly follow it to complete all my subjects and revise all the lessons in time, so that I may get enough time to have a proper preparation for the exam.
Very nice. And do you just keep you all your time studying, or do you have some time for example, rest and doing some amusing things that you like, or just you keep all the time studying?
No, I have different times in which I study, in which I have fun, in which I have I have some fun with my friends, my families. In the evening, I study, but in the afternoon, I listen to music and also try to play a little music by myself, which gives me great pleasure.
Mhm.
And in night, I watch TV, but
Mhm.
in the morning, evening, I study.
What about reading Holy Quran?
Yes, I read every day
Yes, you should
after
do.
the prayer of Fajr.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you.
And another student left,
Welcome.
maybe Maruf Hassan Alvi. You can ask him.
Yes, Maru.
Hello, Maruf.
Hello, ma'am. Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. How old are you,
How are you,
Maru?
ma'am?
Fine, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
Ma'am, I am 13 years old.
13. You all this I think in the same age. Okay, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Ma'am, I have one sister.
Very nice. What's her name?
Her name is Adiba.
Adiba. Very nice. Okay, and what's your father? What's he doing?
My father is a teacher.
Teacher. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much, Maru.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Okay, ma'am, our time is short, and you have already talked to my student, and if you want, and you can join after 2 minutes. Okay, after 2 minutes, this session will be concluded, and then you will reconnect, and we will continue 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will conclude. Okay, but my student cannot ask you some
I'm
question.
sorry.
Because are you busy?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so busy, and now it's very not clear in
Okay,
our
thank you very
country.
much, and thank you very much because
You're welcome.
thank you very much because you have already joined with us. Okay, my dear student,
Thank you very much.
everybody tell to something. Okay, everybody tell to something, ma'am.
Say hello.
Okay, and we
If
will.
you like to say something or to ask me about, anything, and okay.
Okay, and soon, and very soon, I will connect with you, and I'll show a PowerPoint presentation and about my country. Okay, and thank you very much for joining with us, and you have given me, and you have given me time, and you have talked to my students, and I and my students are very happy, very happy. Okay.
Thank you. I'm also very happy to be with you in this session. And it's really my pleasure to be introduced to another country. Really, it's a very nice opportunity. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, thank you.